So everyone, I have concluded that I need to be honest and upfront with these vlogs. So I'm here to tell you I am in ED. It's about, I don't know, 9:30 at night. I was brought here about 7 o'clock. My cold just got worse. I am asthmatic, and we had a dust storm, which is frequent for this part of the world. So I basically had lots of trouble breathing and rang a wonderful service that we have here called Nurse on Call. They put me through to the ambulance. The ambulance came and saw me, and they were like, well, you'd be better off to go to hospital because you can't breathe. So I'm here in hospital now. I've been here, as I said, for a couple of hours, and they're trying to make me better. I'm back again now. It's really late at night. I think it's even past midnight now. I have just been moved to the short stay ward, which is a nice, comfortable, quiet ward, which is kind of like as an annex as to our emergency department here at Mildura Base Hospital. The lovely nurse has just gone and got me a sandwich and a cup of tea. I'm not sure whether the packet's see-through or not, but if it is, that's fantastic, because I'm going to show you. This is the second half of my sandwich. I already ate the first half. It's got lettuce, tomato, carrot, and chicken. And here is my very hot, very strong cup of tea. And here's Darcy. Where's Darcy? Hey, get on, mate. What you doing? You a good boy? Yes, you are. So, probably gonna go to bed now because it's really late at night and everyone's like asleep. So it's actually 2 days later now. It's Saturday. When I last gave you an update, I had just been moved into the short stay department. I spent just over 15 hours in short stay. I got moved around there just before midnight on Thursday, and I got discharged from the hospital on Friday afternoon. So while I was in hospital on Thursday night and Friday morning, they were giving me 4-hour nebulizers, which is that mask thing on my face that I use for the thumbnail for this video on Instagram. And they also gave me some tablets called Prednisolone, which are to help with your chest when you have asthma. Then on Friday morning, I woke up with a dreadful headache. It was really, really bad, and nausea, and I wasn't feeling too great at all. So they ended up giving me some really strong pain relief and anti-nausea medication, but because I am allergic to a drug called Maxilon, which is for nausea, they actually ended up having to give me a dose of anti-nausea, and anti-migraine stuff through the muscles in my legs. So I had 2 needles in the calf muscle, I think it was the calf muscle, yeah, in my leg, and that was very uncomfortable, very nasty, but it did the trick. And then eventually after that, they ended up putting me on a drip with some fluids in it. But because I was so dehydrated, because I didn't feel like drinking and everything, because of how nauseated I was and the fact that I had been vomiting, they ended up having to put me on a drip with some fluids. It took them like 3 or 4 goes to get the drip actually in, so I've got holes all over me where they had failed drip attempts. I've got one here in my right elbow, one here in my left elbow, and they finally actually got the drip into my left hand here. But as you may or may not be able to see, it left a slight bruise, and when they took it out, it bled a lot. So that was a bit unfortunate. So I just wanted to say, also, I did have Darcy with me in hospital the whole time because I live alone, as we all know, and I can't you know, leave Darcy at home on his own. But the nurses were really, really fantastic, and I had a queue of nurses who wanted him to go out to the toilet with them, as usually happens in places like the hospital. So the nursing staff were really fantastic when it came to taking Darcy out to the toilet. They were always, you know, they wanted to make sure that he had somewhere to sleep, so they brought in a blanket and put it on the floor in my room. They made sure that he was watered. I actually fed him on Thursday night before I went into hospital, which was really good. I decided to feed him while I was waiting for the ambulance, which I probably shouldn't have done, but and then I had someone come and take him home and feed him and toilet him at home on Friday morning before I was discharged. So I was really fortunate with my nurses that I had at the hospital, that they were so keen to look after Darcy. It may not always be the case. I'm going to say to everyone who watches this who does have a guide dog, and who does have the option of leaving your dog at home when you go in hospital, please do so if you can, because it really is a lot easier for you, for the hospital, and of course for your dog, because your dog doesn't really want to have to spend all of its time lying on a cold hard floor in the hospital. So as for my care now, I am home. I came home at about 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon. It's now, I'm going to say, about 1:30 on Saturday afternoon. So I've been home for about nearly 24 hours. I'm on medication for my headache if it comes back. I'm on medication for my asthma. I'm on medication for all sorts of weird and wonderful things. But I have also got a special visitor here to look after me.
Well, hello everybody. I'm Mel's mum, otherwise known as Kate. And I heard from Mel on Thursday afternoon to say that she wasn't well. And I said to her, well, give me a call if you need me to come. So I got a text on Friday morning saying, please come, with lots of sad faces and different things on it.
I think there was sad faces and sneezing faces.
Yeah, those sorts of things.
Dizzy
yes.
faces with discomfort and
all sorts of weird and wonderful things. So I packed up my clothes and my dog and jumped on a train and a bus and came and got met by a very nice friend of Mel's who took me up to the hospital, and we picked Mel up and we brought her home, and then this lovely lady took me shopping so that I bought some food so that I could feed Mel. And since I've been here, I've basically been cooking and washing dishes and feeding Mel and shopping. I think that's all I've done since I've been here.
I think so.
So I'll be staying for another couple of nights, and hopefully by Monday Mel will be well enough for me to go home so that I can go back to work.
So everyone, that is it for this video. I'm sorry that it's kind of gone on a bit. If you have any comments, questions, anything that you would like to say, please comment in this comment section down below. Once again, I would like to thank Mildura Hospital for everything that they did for me while I was disposed of.
Did that land where it wasn't supposed to? Sorry.
And Mum's throwing toys at the dog, but she's throwing them into places where they're not meant to be. So please remember to like this video, share it with your friends and family, comment if you've got any questions down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.